So Shane Dawson put out part 3 of his new series with Jeffree Star, and honestly, this was the only video he probably needed to make. I'll summarize the series in just a few short sentences, and then we'll get into more of what was so interesting about this episode in particular, and what has people talking. Now, a majority of this video is Shane feeling sad because Jeffree does not want to continue making YouTube videos.
It's just sad. I'm sad about him being so negative about YouTube.
When you FaceTimed me last night about it, I literally wanted to throw up. I need to talk more to him about why he is quitting YouTube because I feel sad about it.
Is this it? Like, it can't be it. I don't know. It's so sad.
I have more questions about you leaving YouTube. Yesterday I got a little nervous when you told me you were quitting YouTube because, I don't know, I got sad. I didn't even plan for this to be like a sad thing. It is like you leaving YouTube, us finally saying goodbye to this.
Clearly, really sad about it. And they also talk a little bit about their cancellation, Morphe taking their palettes out of the stores, and they reveal their palette at the end. But let's talk a little bit more about this sadness that Shane is feeling because he wanted to really talk about it, so let's acknowledge his feelings here. Jeffree expressed that he just does not feel like anyone is watching his channel anymore, and the passion and drive for creating content on YouTube is just gone. He talks about how the internet has made him look like a liar a lot of the time, and that he's just constantly being reminded of this negativity that surrounds his name on YouTube whenever he posts a video. And as Jeffree is saying all of this, Shane is just in absolute shambles. His mind has shifted. He is sad now. He was excited to come and see Jeffree and film this video where they reveal their palette, but suddenly everything has changed. He does not want to stop talking about the fact that Jeffree is over YouTube. He has so many questions for Jeffree over why he wants to leave YouTube. He doesn't like it. He can't understand it. And he even says that even through all his cancellations on YouTube, he's always returned. So it's just like not clicking with him why Jeffree is done.
I think for me, it's hard to wrap my brain around it because I've been through so many dips.
Yes.
To where it's like every 3 years I'm irrelevant, and then I reinvent, and then it goes well, and then there's a dip, and then this and then that. So for me, I'm like, all right, I'm figuring out what I really want to do.
Shane is literally the only person in the room that is so down in the dumps over this. Jeffree is literally so happy to be like, I'm ready to be done with YouTube.
So I can't wait. Bye. This is my last video. Never upload. Time to Jenna Marbles and do something else.
I have more questions about you leaving YouTube. Yes. Really not sad. Not at all. We'll get to it.
And Rylan is like, Jeffree is thriving on his own right here. He's finding happiness in Wyoming. He's doing all these other things, and he just doesn't want to be doing YouTube. And he seems pretty happy with that decision.
He's embracing other things, and he's doing TikTok. And
No, but TikTok is like, and no offense to TikTokers, but like he looks like miserable doing that.
Jeffree talks about how he's been doing things on TikTok and Instagram Reels more, and that he even hired somebody to do the social media stuff for him on those platforms. And Shane is just like, I don't think that's very you, and it's depressing seeing him make these TikToks and stuff.
Yeah. There she is.
I mean, I'm proud of her.
well, we haven't come around to the TikTok thing yet. I think he's found a place where he is having fun with it.
And what is so crazy to me is that Jeffree doesn't even seem officially done with YouTube. At least not really. He's still posting on there here and there, and he hasn't made some official bye guys, I'm leaving video like he was talking about wanting to do in this video with Shane. And they filmed this series like 3 months ago, and since then, I mean, Jeffree has continued to post here and there like once a month or so. And in this series, he said he only had 2 more videos left and then he was done. And he's posted 3 since then. And none of those have been this bye video that he was telling Shane about. So, I mean, maybe it's coming, but it wasn't the end, like at the end of this series. Plus, Shane's reasoning for being sad about Jeffree not liking YouTube is because he says he just can't picture Jeffree not on YouTube, and he feels like he's such a big part of the platform.
Because I don't know what YouTube is without you. Like, I feel like you're just such a huge part of
It's been crazy.
all of it.
And I think think Jeffree was a big part of the beauty community at one point, but he has fizzled. In the last couple of years, he hasn't been posting as consistently as he used to, and obviously things have happened and things have come up in his past, and he's just mostly a businessman making makeup products, doing his thing in Wyoming, and sometimes he'll promote stuff on YouTube, but I don't look at him as like this YouTuber really anymore. I think that for a while it has been that way too. And on top of that, Shane is saying he's sad because Jeffree is his favorite person to make content with, and he feels like a chapter is ending.
It's such a part of my life. Like those series that we did together and all that stuff. It's just sad to be like, is this really gonna be it? This is it?
Well,
like, no offense to come on in. But like, is this it? Like, it can't be it. I don't know. It's so sad.
But this is where I'm confused because Shane can still film with Jeffree. Jeffree is not going into hiding. He is just like wanting to focus on other social media platforms that are popping off for him and not YouTube. Shane can still come and do a series with him if, he wants to. This isn't like some funeral for Jeffree's channel and his online identity. He's still going to be there. Maybe that's the whole reason why I'm so confused by all of this, because they can still make videos together. But I guess I forgot just how like dramatic these videos can be when there isn't like too much drama. So obviously it was going to be amplified that Jeffree was leaving and how big of a deal that was, even though he hasn't really been online that much. But anyway, let's talk about the other things that were discussed in the series, even though that was pretty much the majority of the conversation. So Jeffree said that he hired a social media girl, like I said, and she's been working on his TikToks and things like that. She at one point in the video says that she used to work at Morphe, and she was working there at the time when Morphe dropped Jeffree as a client and they stopped selling the Conspiracy palette in their stores. And she actually said she was a manager at the time and she was telling them what it was like those days. And Jeffree was also detailing what it was like, hearing that they were no longer going to be having a working relationship together.
Absolutely. I was working at Morphe during that.
Really?
Yes.
Were you working there when they started throwing it out?
I've never asked this because they're behind the scenes. Me and my business partner got a call and it was like, hey, we've had such a beautiful relationship. We had done so many amazing things. I opened up so many stores for them. Yeah. And it was like, hey, we're actually done with you guys. We just don't know what to do. We're like, I thought it was a joke.
I was in management at the time and
oh my god!
when I got into work, they're like, take him down, put it in the back.
Then later, these two reveal the secret second palette that they have been teasing for the last couple of weeks. They said that they were going to put this out following their Conspiracy palette. It was going to come out in 2020. It was going to be called Doomsday. They were going to have a lot of hazard signs and masks. All of that was the theme. And Shane was so happy they didn't release it because COVID happened, the pandemic. And could you just imagine they put out a palette called Doomsday during that? Especially since they were going through it with their cancellation. I mean, oh my goodness. Obviously, it would have been planned like in advance, but that just would have been crazy.
Okay, let's see it.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And this is
So
before
good.
COVID and everything, so I was like,
Yes.
Doomsday. And then I even made the logo, which had
Oh my
the
god.
SD.
And yes.
I'm officially crawling in the urn right fucking now.
Biohazard. Oh my.
Oh, I photoshopped the
Oh.
pig mirrors.
Yes,
By
you
the way-
did, and it was such a good idea. I was shook.
Before COVID, I did the mirrors. Pig
Yes,
with
exactly, with the
masks.
gas mask.
But this was the palette. Let me know what you guys think. I will say that now that they have shown it, all the comments under Shane's video, of course, and his Instagram, are all asking for this palette to be released. People want it. I also have a feeling that they're going to put that palette out because of the fact that they are releasing merch from this palette. Shane posted on YouTube saying, in memory of Doomsday, feeling sad but also grateful, these are the merch items that were supposed to come out 2 years ago with the Doomsday palette release. I never thought we were going to put them out, but Market Killer Merch ordered some as a little memorial for the series and the palette. Looking at the pig mask idea and the Doomsday logo used to make me cry, but now makes me happy because it reminds me of this series, which I'm so proud of. No pressure to get any of this merch, but if you want to rep the collection that we love so much, here's the merch items. I don't know if they could really release this, Jeffree, though, has already repurposed a lot of the colors from this palette in other palettes that he's released since 2020. So Shane is acting like they can't because Jeffree has used these colors before, but I swear there have been makeup brands that have been like, this color is so popular, we're going to put it in this palette too. I feel like they can do that. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Jeffree was like, no, like, let's still release it, because Jeffree was expressing how sad he was they couldn't actually put it out because he felt like it was going to be a hit. Even though Shane was like, I'm so happy we didn't release it, Jeffree was like, no. But I want to know what you guys think about this compared to the Conspiracy palette. Do you guys think it would have done as well as they think it would have? Let me know in the comments. And the series ends with just that. They show the palette and there was some sad montage of Jeffree and Shane and hanging out together, but for some reason he's under the impression that they can't make videos together anymore. I mean, Jeffree isn't off YouTube like forever ever. He could come back whenever, and he can also be on other people's channels, but no confirmation of if he's actually really leaving, which is the whole reason why the ending of this video is very much like confusing, because it's not official that he's leaving. It's just saying that he wants to leave, and they show the palette and that's that. So that is the series. The whole thing was kind of a bit of a downer when it didn't really have to be, but let me know if you guys watched it and what you guys thought about it in the comments below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.